Well, okay, volleyball fans. Coming back at you one more time, this time from beautiful Bonesteel, South Dakota, South Central School District. Our neutral site host here for this SODAC first match tonight will feature your Burke Lady Cougars versus the number 5 seed Gregory Spikers. And we also have your number 2 seed Avon taking on Corsica Stickney, the 3 seed, coming up after this match, about 30 minutes after. So we're getting ready to announce starting lineups and do the national anthem, and I'll step aside while we do that.
At this time, we ask that you stand, remove your caps as we pay honor to America with the singing of our national anthem performed by the high school girls ensemble.
Okay, that was the national anthem being sung by a Burke High School ensemble, girls ensemble made up of all volleyball players. We had 4 varsity players out there plus another 3 from the junior varsity. And normally under the direction of Lisa Vogt, but car issues kept her from being here, and under the direction of Pat Theory tonight. So Danny Vanderwerf starting, Reagan Gracer starting for the Gorillas. Haley Vaughn starting at libero. Asia Vanderwerf is starting, as well as Ella Spurl. Aubrey Miller and Adeline Vicerna. The Spikers are coached by Lauren Brown and assisted by Shannon Looney. And again, the number 5 seed Spikers come in after knocking off the number 4 seed Lyman Raiders on Tuesday night. And now the starters for the Lady Cougars. Emily Diekman, a 5'9" sophomore. 5'8" junior, number 6, Emmy Spencer, who'll be doing the setting duties. Brianna Davis, senior. Emmy Hausman, senior, 6th position player. Caitlin Hagberg, 5'9" senior. And Daytona Paris, a 5'7" senior. And our libero is Kyrie Matuka. Lady Cougars are coached by Billy Jo Indall, assisted by Mandy Frank and Nicole Harnick. So Beth Conroy and Sandy Negabar will be the R1 and R2 for this opening match.
Let's play volleyball.
And we're ready to get going here, folks. So once again, excited to come to this facility anytime. What a wonderful place to host a neutral site. And we are looking forward to a great venue tonight. It was really packed in Burke's gym, but what I'm seeing right now is we are going to get a heck of a crowd here tonight. The weather's cooperating, bringing people in, and looking forward to a nice atmosphere going. I don't think Miss Tanya Witt's doing the music tonight. We'll see if somebody over here is going to get the music going and keep the crowd pumped up between timeouts and between sets. That always makes it a fun environment. Gets all the students into it as well as most of the players and fans. And the lineup set for the Spikers. Looks like they are going to start by serving. And the Lady Cougars will receive. Once again, on behalf of my wife, Tamara, this is Carter Bowl bringing you the action. We will be here for both games tonight. Ready to bring you both matches of action and see who can advance themselves to the SODAC 16. Ella Spurl back serving for the Spikers. Right at Matuka, passed it up nicely. Spencer goes outside to Davis. Davis goes to the back row off the ceiling. Going to be free ball over. And that's going to be down for a point for the Spikers. So nice tough free ball, caught the top of the net, took a little off. Davis unable to get that one up cleanly. Spurl will serve again. Nice pass once again. This time they go out to Diekman. She's able to get over the block and down for a kill. Nice kind of adjustment on that one. Looked like she was going to smack away into that block and tapped it right over top. And Grazer with an attack goes out of bounds, looking for a tip on it. And the R1 says there was a tip. Point and side out to the Spikers. Asia Vanderwerf doing the serving. Passed up from Davis. Outside, this is Hausman's first swing. Dug up nicely there by Asia. And off hands and down for a kill from Grazer. Gregory Setter doing a nice job, giving her attackers a good opportunity so far. Give them a 3-1 advantage here. In the regular season, the Cougars were able to defeat Gregory on a dig pink night, 3-1. That's off hands. Scramble into the net, and that's going to side it out to the Cougars. So once again, nice adjustment there from the senior Hausman. Caitlin Hagberg back serving. And so you probably noticed Emily Diekman in the lineup. She has been playing middle. She got a chance to play against Parkston with a teammate that went to National FFA and really took advantage of her opportunity. And she's been there, and that's kill number 2 for Emily. And that's kind of why she's there. She's doing a nice job taking advantage of these opportunities. Hagberg with a tough serve, handled by Vaughn nicely, pass forward. Miller punches it over. Here comes Burke, see if they can use it. Over on 2 goes Spencer. Now a touch on that, kept alive into the net, couldn't dig it out. So nice job. I think that was Grazer that got that off that over on 2. And went right back after a second contact, and Burke unable to get it over. So sides out to Gregory. Played in. They're really attacking that back line as Gregory, making the Burke girls make a decision. That one's down for a kill. So Emily? And I totally missed who got the kill on that, but it sides out to Burke. Trying to have my wife help, but she didn't know either. And that's sent over from Burke. How Vaughn able to keep it going. Here comes an attack from Danny, off hands and down for a point. These two teams know each other well. These girls know each other well. They are into it and going to give it all they got tonight. This is going to be fun. Passed up nicely. Going to go outside to Hausman. She goes off the block. Up again. This time Paris is going to go across. Miller goes back. Played back. Here comes Burke again. Hausman going to roll deep. Able to get it forward. Third attack coming from Vaughn. Now Burke going to go to Paris in the middle, and she's got it across down in front of Miller. Nice aggressive swing on a set from behind her, so good to see Daytona in a little rhythm there. From the Cougar sideline, we're tied up at 5. Danny goes over hands. Koenig with the dig, and there's Davis, and that is on the line. So nice down the line attack there from Davis. Gives her first kill of the night. Pushed over. Matuka able to get a hand on it, but Spencer unable to get to it. Kind of was a little flat on that save and tough to get to, so nice kill there from, I think that was Danny. I'm going to give that one to. Played in by Matuka. Going to be free balled over from Spencer. Just gets over. Here comes Gregory. Danny with a push into the block. Kept up. Over on 2 is Davis. Here comes Gregory again in rhythm. This time Asia. Save, dig back there by Matuka, and then Asia tries to hit the overpass and puts it out of bounds for a side out and point for the Lady Cougars. So Caitlin Hagberg will come back in for Koenig in the front row. Emmy Spencer now back serving for Burke. Played in there, and tough second hit there. Nobody could get underneath that one. That's going to be a point for Lady Cougars. Spencer serving again. Goes deep corner, and that finds the back line. So kind of a cross-court serve, and it found a way to get down back there for an ace serve. First one for Burke. First one for Emmy. Free ball over. Pass from Hausman. Going to go outside to Hagberg. Nice cover there from Spurl. Back to Spurl. She gets an attack on it, and that goes out. And this serve goes a little deep, so went a little more straight, didn't quite have the angle on that one, and it dropped right past that line. So one ace, one service error, nice serving. Added a 3-point advantage for Burke there on that serve turn. Davis with a 10-foot line roller, dug up there by Danny. Asia with a good kill, dug by Hausman, now pushed over by Matuka. Going to go outside to Grazer this time, right on the net, gets it down in front of the blockers, and we're going to get it pushed over. So Burke lives to fight one more time. Another attack coming, Asia this time, and that finds it right between the two back row defenders of the Lady Cougars. Danny Vanderwerf serving, going nice and deep. Once again, that seems to be the plan, is to make Burke make a decision to play him in or not. It's working pretty good, keeping Burke off task. They got a free ball over. There was a great block there between Hagberg and Paris. So that double block went right back and counts as a kill or a block back point for the Lady Cougars. And that'll bring in Andy Conant to serve for Daytona Paris. As Daytona rotates out, we have Emily Diekman coming in to play the middle opposite. Pushed over into the back corner, a nice push, took advantage of Conant being back there serving, not normally a back row player, and found a deep spot there, pushed right to it. Good job seeing the court. We are 11-9. Cougars advantage, back to the original starting lineup. Spurl will do the serving. Matuka passes up. Bump set coming from Spencer. Davis with a hard attack. Goes a little long on the hitting error. Spikers within 1. Another serve from Spurl. This one goes right into the net. And off the service error. 2-point advantage for Burke. And we'll have Brianna Davis back to serve for the Cougars. That puts Hausman in the front row. Hausman did not get a kill that I recorded in the first trip up there, and she typically gets about 5 per set. Looking for tips. No tips given. We're going to get close to a yellow card here with both coaches up from the Spikers. Davis puts it in play. Another tough one. Handled really nicely by Vaughn. Outside, there's a big swing, and that's a tip from Davis back there. And she might have thought that a teammate had a touch on it and needed to be played in. So that's a tough bang-bang call. Sides back out to the Gorillas. Asia Vanderwerf right at Davis. Passes it up. Spencer able to get it out to Hausman off hands. Goes high, able to get underneath it there is Gregory. Miller is going to go, and that's way long. And serve coming from Hagberg again. And that goes across court and out long. So 3 long hits in a row. And we're going to have a timeout coming from Coach Brown. And we'll take that timeout with her. Be back after these messages from our sponsors.
Being a part of a community means sharing the history and future of the people all around you. For 115 years, First Fidelity Bank has been doing just that, helping you get the most out of life by providing the services and tools you need, the conveniences and technology you want, and the friendly faces you expect. So you get everything you need right here in the place you call home. Now and for many years to come. First Fidelity Bank.
All right, back here in the beautiful South Central Gymnasium here in Bonesteel, South Dakota. And I had it wrong, had it backwards. I thought that it was going to be Linnell and Lori doing the line judging, but it's actually Sandy and Beth line judging, and Linnell and Lori. Lori's the R1, Linnell is the R2. Hagberg goes deep, handled by Vaughn. Passed up, going to come with a grazer from the right side, and she's able to get that one off the block and down on the Burke side. Nice use of the timeout there, Coach Brown. That puts Grazer back doing the serving. And that brings Isaiah Koenig in for the Lady Cougars to play back row. Right to Koenig they go. Passed up. Spencer able to get underneath it. Here comes Hausman. She gets a nice attack on that, dug up nicely by Vaughn. Tough spin and a tough hit on the bump set. So, unfortunately, on the pass from Vaughn, there was a lot of spin on that ball. And when the setter went to set that, Vicerna just unable to get a clean hit on that. That needed to probably be set with the 2 hands rather than the bump. Danny pushes that over deep. Matuka there for it this time. Now we're going up. Hausman with a big swing. Dug up. Spurl. Good dig from Spurl. There's a pass up from Davis. This time we're going back out to Hausman. Goes down and just out wide. So tried to take that sideline and get around the block. A little wide on that was Hausman. Here comes Gregory Spikers. Miller able to get that one up. Hausman going to get a push over. Going deep. Vicerna passes it up from Spurl out to Danny, and she throws that one into the net. So trying to redirect that around the block, and it just stuck in her hand a little bit right into the net. And again, when those sets come from behind you, that's a tough attack. I don't care who you are. Nice serve there, handled by Vaughn. Quick run here, and nice quick run to get that down into a hole there. And good effort there by Koenig to get on that, but unfortunately put it right at Spencer, and nothing she could do with it but get a lift call. Vaughn with the serve, going right at Matuka. Going to free ball it over from Hausman. Here comes Gregory in their offense, trailing by 3. Nice Touch off that one. Played in by Matuka. Davis with a good swing, handled by Vaughn. Tight to the net. That's an overpass. And I think we got underneath the net there. It was Danny. She thought, boy, she did a nice job. And Danny's saying it was her hair. And Coach Brown's right there saying, nope, it was your foot that crossed over. So good job talking her through that. And Danny is correct. Your hair cannot cause a net call. And that was not what was called. It was a crossover. Spencer with a nice pass. Danny able to push that one over. Back row 10-footer coming from Hausman outside. There's Danny from the left side. That looked long to me, and it was. So good hard swing by Danny. She did not miss by much. Don't change that much. 19-14. Spencer serving. She had a nice run the last time. Got the Cougars to that first 3-point advantage that they had. There's a roll shot. Pancaked up. I think that's still alive. They're calling it down. Boy, that looked, I couldn't tell from here, but man, it was a heck of an effort by Vaughn back there trying to get that one dug up. And a really nice decoy there. It looked like Hausman was going to rip that one, and she pulled off of it and did a little dink over and rolled that in. Over on 2. Hausman there for it. Spencer goes over on 2. Vaughn there for it. Now let's see if we can get into a little offense here. We're going to go outside to Davis. Off hands and down for the kill for the Cougars. So now Lady Cougars up 21-14. I think Coach Brown's going to have a timeout again. See if she can stop the bleeding here. We'll be back after this message from our sponsor.
Gregory is your locally owned and operated gas and convenience store. Open 7 days a week from 5 to 11:30, Sunday through Thursday, until midnight on Friday and Saturday for all your pregame and postgame conveniences. Mr. G's also has noon specials Monday through Friday. They also have a large assortment of pizza and fried food available all day. If you haven't had a chance to check out the newly remodeled Mr. G's, then stop in today.
Lucky for us, life.
All right, we are back here in this opening set of Region 5B qualifier. This is the first set of the night and the first match of the night. Your Gregory Spikers, the number 5 seed, taking on the number 1 seed, Burke Lady Cougars. That overpass, punched over. Nice help there by Spurl, recognizing that needed it. Went up and punched it right over top of the block of Paris there. Good recognition. That's a senior skill set that she's showing there. Good serve from Danny. Spencer puts that one tight on the net. Tapped over by Spurl this time. Now we got a roll shot. Here comes Burke. See if they can use it outside to Davis. Lacerna able to get a touch on that. And didn't get to the right side or the left side of the antenna. So that was the official calling that one right away. We have Davis, or excuse me, keep saying Davis. We have Emily Diekman coming in. Paris moving out, and that brings Annie Conant in to serve. Nice pass up, tight to the net. Blocked there from Hagberg. Tight to the net again, and no need to even touch this one. It went outside the antenna, so couple tight sets there that Gregory couldn't do much with. Their attackers are really swinging well when they're getting him the ball. Spurl. And Spurl doing a lot more setting than I remember any other time we played him. And just like that, Asia Vanderwerth, great swing. Put that one down on the 10-foot line. So 23-16 as Spurl now goes back to do the serving. Davis passes up. Coming outside of Diekman, she rolls that one over. Grazer puts that right into the block and down. So block was there, but block was not very tight to the net. She saw the gap, pushed it right into it. Point for the Spikers. See if Burke can find a little better attack off their pass and set. Tough serve, but handled nicely. There's Emily with a big swing, but caught the top of the net. Vaughn sets it up for him. And there's an attack from Vanderwerf into the net. So definitely got up high again. The serve just wasn't quite high enough for her to do a lot with. And Diekman short serves, handled by Vaughn. Spurl's going to go outside to Grazer this time. Dug up into the net, and Hausman can't dig it out of the net. That sides out to Gregory. So they fight off the first set point. Now they'll have the second set point for the Lady Cougars with Gregory serving this time. Passed up from Hagberg. Outside to Hausman. Big swing from Hausman goes wide. Nah, it's another point for Gregory here, trying to stay alive. So fought off set point twice. Third set point coming here for Lady Cougars. That nice block back and found the hole there. So Miller with a block down for the point. 24-20. Played by Davis, going over on two, touched, kept alive. Now free ball over, see if the Lady Cougars can use this one. They're going to go outside to Hausman. She swings off the touch, and that's going to be down for your opening set. 25-20 goes to the Lady Cougars. We'll be back in about 2 minutes to bring you the second set of action. If they came out to the court earlier, we might be back before that.
It's full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
In these times where every dollar counts, let Southern Dakota Insurance do the work for you when it comes to your insurance needs. As your trusted choice independent agents, they have a number of companies to provide multiple quotes. Let their agents, Brady and Jody, make you their priority. They will work hard to find you the most affordable insurance to custom fit your needs. Stop in at 933 Main Street in Burke or call 605-775-2097 for a hassle-free quote. Southern Dakota Insurance would like to wish all area schools good luck in their season.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Core Cares helps
All right, back here. Bone Steel, South Dakota, South Central Height Gymnasium. And they are the neutral host side here. And while the Cougars do not play or practice down here, they do have a lot of girls from Bone Steel on the roster. So you've got Hausman from Bone Steel, Hagberg from just outside of Fairfax. And then you have both Pistolka girls, and Brecca Pistolka's out right now, still recovering from her emergency appendectomy. And then Brianna Davis is from Bone Steel. So there's Davis serving. Vaughn passes up nicely. Spurl going in the middle, Asia. She had the hot hand in that opening set. Now they go in the middle to Diekman. Nice dig by Danny. Another nice dig back there. Here comes Burke outside to Hausman. She goes into those hands and out of bounds for the first point for the Cougars. And I did catch Coach Frank talking with her a little bit about that. If you saw Coach Frank get up and fist pump there, that's exactly what she was talking to her at that timeout about, or between sets. Spurl going outside this time to Grazer into the double thing. Played up there by Diekman, now rolled over. Nice tap. And they called that down on the Burke side, but it never got down. So I don't know if they were calling a 4, but it was definitely touched, redirected by the block. But anyway, points are even. And there's a nice roll shot coming from Emmy Hausman up over top of that Vanderwerf block. Got down in front of the back row. Sides back out. Hagberg serving. Caitlin playing a little different. She's been middle most of the season. And they, with Emily Diekman taking her spot in the middle, they moved her out to the right side. Attacker opposite of the libero spot. Hagberg serves again, leading 3-1. Spurl this time comes back. Asia off the hands. Going over on two is Spencer. Nice job getting to it with Bond, but she couldn't. Bond got it, but couldn't get it to come straight up off of that. That is something that Spencer does really well. The majority of her kills will come off of that over on two. Grazer off hands, played up by Hagberg. Nice job. Going to be free balled over from Matuka, handled by Danny. Passed up. Spurl going to go outside to Grazer again. Another nice dig back there by Hagberg. So the senior playing well in her new role. She hadn't even been playing any back row except for when she was serving. I think we got an inadvertent whistle that just came there. And she's calling it off, and they're going to replay that point. So no point on that serve. Going to redo that one.
I don't think anybody was listening to the whistle. They were still playing.
Good serve. Here comes Grazer. Going to push that into a spot. Nice job seeing the court. She kind of sold it. Got the blockers up in the air. Just found a spot on the court there. I don't blame Hagberg for staying back a little. She took two hard serve receives that time before. Coach Frank giving her a little advice on how she can position herself for both. Hausman off hands and down kill. So off the block of Miller and down. Hausman starting to heat up a little bit there for the Cougars, and that's never a bad thing if you're a Burke fan. Matuka serving. Goes back, handled by Danny. Grazer off hands, played in by Matuka. Going to roll shot that across court from Hausman. Nice job, Grazer, on the dig. Danny tried a back row attack and finds the net there. Lady Cougars up 6-2 here early. So Matuka back serving. And I mentioned that Brecken Bastolka had an emergency appendectomy. And so that tack goes into the antenna and will be a Cougar point again. And so Isaiah Koenig, the freshman, is out there for the sophomore Pistolka. Koenig also from Fairfax. So again, this end of the county or of the Burke School District is really well represented. And the crowd is enjoying watching these local girls compete. There's a nice slide attack coming from Daytona Paris. Beautiful back set from Spencer off the block down for a kill. 8-2 early lead here. Spikers trying to get a break in this. Tough serve, handled well by Spurl. Tough on the set, though. Again, off that really tough serve, there was a spin on it. And when they went to set that just got away from her. So we got a timeout coming from Coach Brown. We'll be back after this message.
Individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. Core Cares, proudly serving our community.
Okay, out of the Spikers timeout. Matuka still serving, had a nice run here. Passed up. Changing up set a little bit there, and that's off Koenig in the back there. So the Spikers come out of the timeout, and they get the first really good pass set attack that they've had for a while. and take advantage of it. That puts Grazer back doing the serving. Here comes Daytona Paris from the left side this time. Now up, off the block, and Paris again into that block back. Spencer going to go over on 2. Miller able to get that one up, and we're going to get a net violation call going against Gregory there. She tried to tap that one over, her fingers caught just underneath that. Emmy Hausman serving, tough serve, Spurl, a lot of spin again. Man, nice bump set off of that tough pass. And there's a great cross court. Danny able to dig that one up. Going to free it over. Here comes Burke up on 2 is Spencer. Gregory trying to take advantage of it. Miller with the swing, and that goes long. And wasn't even a block up, so no touch on that one. So nice job getting the free swing without a blocker up there. Just didn't get snapped down on it, and that one carried out. And we got a break as we had a shoelace untied. Now Hausman puts it in play. A little bit easier to handle serve this time. Back over to Danny. Passed up from Matuka. Nice job by Spencer. That was tight to the net. Able to get on top of that one. Here comes Davis on 2. Dug up by Grazer. Outside to Danny. Big swing from Danny. Off hands. Kept up by Koenig. Going to come out over to Davis again. Rolls it. And Spurl diving. Unable. Thought she could get to that one without diving, but once she leaned into that and started to dive, it was tough to back off of it, and it kind of rose up on her. Unable to get a clean hit on that. And now we got a sub coming in for the Spikers. And we have Cheyenne Steffen coming in for Aubrey Miller. Give her a little break in the middle there. Coming over, here's Paris on the slide, goes cross court, and that is too far out. So that'll side it out to the Spikers. Puts Facerna back serving, so Adeline puts it in play. Nice, tough serve, handled by Koenig. Bump set from Davis. Going to push it over as Paris. And a long serve goes up over the block and out from Danny, and she knew it. So kind of frustrated with herself there. That was a nice serve or set that she should have been able to handle. She will keep doing better. Spencer at Vaughn. Here comes Danny, tight to the net. Daytona right there. And this gets back. Daytona bumps it up. Bumps that coming. Hagberg able to roll that and finds the campfire right in the middle of all of them. So nice job not getting too aggressive with that from Hagberg, and she gets a kill on that. Little roll shot into the middle. Here comes Spencer. Tough serve. Handled pretty well by Vaughn. They go over on 2. Here comes Davis with a little roll shot. Tries for that same campfire. Now we're up. Daytona hits it deep off the touch and down. Right? The Cerna did touch that, but I think that was going to find its corner spot anyway. So good play on her part. Timeout coming from Coach Brown. Once again, enjoy this message from our sponsor.
Shop local with Burke.
All right, we're back out of the timeout. Emmy Spencer still serving for the Lady Cougars. Got to 15, leading 15-4 here. And there's a tough ace serve from Spencer coming out of the timeout. So kept that momentum going. And Cougar fans, you got to like this. The second set has been a little bit of a challenge for Burke late in the season. They seem to let up in the second set. That has not been the case in this one. There's off hands and down. So Hagberg and Paris get their second block over there together. And right now, just a lot of things bouncing the way of the Cougars. Gorillas need to stick with it and get these spikers back going. The student section's here supporting them well. Little tap over. Nice job, Spencer, just touching that one up high, helping it over. Here comes Matuka with a bump set. Good swing from Davis. And 3 touches on it, but not going to get over the net on that. So that first set, the Spiker girls in that back row seem to be in a ready position, ready to move. We're starting to see some, I don't know if it's fatigue or what, we're starting to see some more straight-legged approach there, and they're not moving quite as well as they did early. We'll see if that gets addressed by the coaches. And Hagberg with another dink over top. Gets that one down. 19-4 here for the Lady Cougars. Gonna do a little switch and put Ella Spurl back to receive this rather than Vicerna. Vaughn passes it up. Vicerna's on the set. Danny pushes it over. Got the set up there. Big swing from Paris, and that's down for a kill. So we're getting Paris, Hagberg, Diekman, Hausman, and Davis all in a pretty good rhythm here attacking for the Lady Cougars, and that's making a difference. Awful tough for the Spikers to know where to put that block up. Spencer serving again. 5 points away from getting a 2-0 lead here. Over on 2. Nice job by Vaughn being ready for it. Touch. And Burke tried to help that over. And that is going to be a point and side out for the Spikers. So that's what they needed. They needed something to slow that, ebb that tide a little bit and see if Vaughn can do a nice job back here serving and get them back into it. To Davis she goes. Going to go outside to Paris. Daytona with a big swing. And going to free ball over. Nice, tough free ball there from Vaughn. And going to go back row attack for Hausman. And kind of had to reach back for that one, so didn't get a lot on that one. This time, Davis is going to go on 2, try to catch him off guard. And she did catch him off guard, but it was outside. Went too far out. That's a point there for the Spikers. And passed up nicely. Davis on a big swing. That one goes out, carries out as well. So just missed the back corner there. Haley Vaughn got a nice little service run here, just what the Spikers needed. Another one in play. Passed up nice this time by Hausman outside. There's Hagberg, and she's not able to get that down either. Just went past the back line. Yep, that's exactly what Coach Indall's telling her is, hey, just snap down on that. You are really on top of it. Finish it. Over on 2. And Vaughn able to get a touch on it, but nobody else underneath it. That will side out to the Lady Cougars. 21-8. That brings Andy Conant in to serve. Passed up. Big push over. Annie passes that one up. Davis able to go off hands. Nice pass up off that dig. Spurl able to get a good set. There was a nice swing from Asia. Dug up nicely. And just a miss there from Diekman. And again, that's a person with not as much court experience trying to attack a set coming from behind her. And that's a skill that takes a while to get to. Danny Vanderwerf serving, and unfortunately goes into the net. That'll side back out to the Cougars, leading 22-9. Brianna Davis back serving. And Brianna leads the team, and I believe sits number 6 in the state in ace serves. And there's a great pass up from Vaughn, great set from Spurl, and Grazer knows what to do with that. Right between the block, right between the defenders, down for an easy point for the Spikers. Spikers find a little momentum here late in this second set. Definitely something you want to do all the time. Momentum swings in this game. Great block. See if Davis can get the free ball over. She does. So nice scramble there from the Lady Cougars. There's into that double block and down. I think they're going to get a 4 call on that, but nope, they're going to call that down. So credit the double block there. And the roof action coming from the Lady Cougars, leading 23-10. Caitlin Hagberg serving. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yep, they had already whistled the serve in, and they tried to do a sub there. Off of a touch and over. Oh, and caught the top of the net, came on back. Now Gregory able to get their rotation in. Trailing 23-11. Hagberg checks out. Koenig checks in, and that brings nice pass from Matuka. Going to Hausman in the middle. One block there. She's able to go around that block and get it down. So and set point, first set point here in the second set for the Lady Cougars. Gregory fought it off 3 times in that first set before Burke finally put it away. And we got a touch on that block. Scramble over. Here comes Gregory out to Grazer. She's going to tap over. Spencer handles it on 2 as Paris. A little bit long. So they fight off set point once again. Spikers have been able to do that really nicely. Grazer back serving. And we got Danny Vanderwerf checking back in to the front row. Little respite break there for her. See if that helps her coming out here. Set point number 2 in this second set for the Lady Cougars. Passed up nicely. And Hausman this time gets it down in front of Grazer. And that'll do it, 25-12 this time, 25-20 in set number 1. And before I step away, I'm going to try to give you an update on some of these scores that matter in the world of volleyball. Of course, I'm going to come back and do that. We'll come back early because my phone's buffering. Oh, here we go. So Warner was able to get the first set against Hitchcock-Tulare, 25-19. And Chester, Ari, and Ethan have a battle going, and Chester just got that one 25-21 in the second set. They were trailing that one 15-9, but come back and get that second set there. Northwestern getting a tough tussle from Aberdeen Christian, but so far won the first set 25-21 and is leading 23-18 in the second. And that kind of does it for what's going on out there in these early matchups, Class B. So I'll be back to give you more after these messages from our sponsor.
And Winter Building Centers, your hometown hardware stores, specializing in everything from finding the right drill bit to building your dream home. The crews at the building centers take pride in customer service and are always available to help with any project, big or small. They offer top-of-the-line flooring and cabinetry, a large inventory of rental items, quality Pittsburgh paint, and so much more. Follow them on Facebook or shop online anytime at buildingcentersd.com.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
The Insurance Center in Winter.
Okay, back here for set number 3 of this opening match of the SODAC 16 qualifier from Region 5B. And Burke has a 2-0 lead going here, taking the opening set 25-20, set number 2 25-12, and had a pretty good run there where they stretched it from, I believe it was 8-2, and then got all the way out to 20-4. And Gregory Spiker's got some good momentum, has some good things going for him late in that set to get it back to 12, and we'll see if they can pick up on that in this third set and keep things going for them. Again, these teams playing for an opportunity to be seeded in the SODAC 16, and seed points are done. You don't get any change as we go forward, so it's all about who wins, who loses, and where you fall going forward as far as who you play in SODAC 16. So it is pretty unclear right now, but there's some projection. And we got Spurl on the serve, puts it in play. Davis passes it up. Nice pass going back to Davis on the right side, off the block of Grazer and across the net and down. Good swing from Brianna there. That's going to put her back to the service line. She goes deep to Vaughn, and that one goes off side of Vaughn's arm. And it was a good hard serve, but the bottom was going to drop on that. It was going to land, so it was a good play by Vaughn to try to play that one in. This one's a little short, handled better. Grazer able to get that one in and across. Now Hausman from the left side rolls it. Dug up nicely by Vaughn. Here comes Grazer again. Big swing from Grazer off hands and down for the Spiker point. And that'll side out the Spikers. Brings Aubrey Miller into the front row for them. Vaughn will take a quit seat while Asia Vanderwerf serves. Asia going to Davis. And off of a tough pass, a decent set there. Kept alive there by Grazer. And now Davis unable to get to that one on the dig either. So tied up here at 2 early. And Vanderwerf serving yet again. Better pass this time from Hagberg into the middle. Diekman able to roll that one into the campfire. Got a touch on it from Asia, but she wasn't able to dig that up. And we got Vaughn back in. That's one Vaughn typically is going to get to, so took advantage of that libero being out on that half rotation. Passed up nicely there by Danny, and Grazer gets a good attack, handled by a nice double block there of Hausman and Diekman, and the free ball goes into the net. So a little error there from the Spikers, and that puts us back. Hagberg's had a lot of points come off her service so far in the opening 2 sets. And here she goes again. Tough serve. Tried to pass it up, and Miller unable to get that to where anybody else can touch it. So, again, just looked like that was going to go right to the chest of Danny and just drop towards her toes, and had trouble keeping that one alive. Another tough one, and that catches the top of the ribbon and goes down on the Burke side. Service error, side out, Spikers. Grazer back to serve. Speaking of people that have had some nice service runs tonight. And so Lena Koenig comes in after Hagberg serves. Played in, nice job by Koenig. That was going to land in, and that goes into the hands, and going to get a lift call digging that out of the net. So nice job by Hausman going right into that double attack or double block and got it on the Gregory side. Matuka again puts short this time. Vaughn ready for it. And that's tight to the net, tapped over, and then Danny able to dig that one up on the tap over, but it goes out of bounds on the Burke side. Point Lady Cougars. Matuka goes deep and hard this time, handled by Vaughn. Nice actual thing, and there's Paris. That was tough. That set got right to the net. Not much Miller could do with that one, but what she did, and Paris was ready to make that one happen. So nice block by Daytona. Good solo block there from her. Matuka, short set. That's going to drop in for an ace right in front of Spurl. That one caught the 10-foot line. So heck of a serve there from Matuka. And on that, Coach Brown's going to have a timeout. We'll be back after these messages.
Is an independent insurance agency affiliated with many fine companies representing all types of insurance. They're able to provide you with a no-obligation comparison of your auto, home, business, crop, farm, life, and health insurance needs. Since they have access to so many companies, they have the ability to offer you the best possible coverages at the most competitive rates. For all of your insurance needs, it's the Insurance Center in Winter, White River, Platte, Burke, and Valentine.
All right, back after that timeout. Burke student section entertaining the crowd by serenading different staff members. And Kyrie, who had a really nice service run to help put that one all the way out to 20-4 on her last time back there, has got another one going this time. Passed up better, go over on 2, handled by Davis. Here comes Hausman off hands. Vaughn plays it up into the net. Go over on 2 again. That was kind of a scramble. Here comes Paris into a nice block from Miller there. And Danny Vanderwerf, and that's down for a side out and point for the Spikers coming out of that timeout. Vaserna, good serve. And that was a heck of an attack there from Hausman. Went right off of, I believe, the head of Aubrey Miller there, so hope she's all right. That puts Hausman back serving. Tough serve. Going to be pushed over by Spurl. Hausman passes it up. Going to go over on two again as Spencer, handled by Vaughn. Aubrey Miller with an into the block attack. Dug out by Burke. Off hands from Davis. Vaserna puts it up. Free ball over. Here comes the Lady Cougars. Passed up. Spencer's got her choice. She's going to Davis. Off hands high. Underneath it is Vaughn. Gregory trying to be aggressive with it. Able to dig up there is Matuka. Here's Paris. This time she gets around the block off the touch and a point. So off the net a little bit more this time for Daytona. She was able to get around that double block. And Vaserna had to play that one. It was going to land in on the back corner. Hausman serving again, leading by 7. Passed up, tight to the net. Spencer right there. And we're going to get a crossover call going against Danny there. Her momentum carried that foot over the line once again. So 12-4 as Hausman serves. Back set, a little off the mark, and nothing Aubrey could do with that one. I don't know how she'd. It'd have been a tricky one for her to even get that one across the net if she'd have got under it clean. It was not much of an angle to get it in between the antennas. And there's an ace serve coming from Hausman. And Hausman had 91 ace serves last season, I believe, 90 or 91. But she was in a different rotation. And this time we need her. She starts on the front of the net every time. And there's ace serve number 2 there from Hausman in a row. And so her ace serves are down a little bit, but man, her serving percentage is the highest on the team. And her aces per serve is the highest on the team. So she has definitely not lost anything from back there. And Grazer puts that one into the net, and you're starting to see some frustration on the side of the Spikers. The early emotion that they had has kind of left. See if they can find it again here. Again, momentum can turn so quick in volleyball. That one goes deep from Hausman, so service error will side it out. Here comes Haley Vaughn, who had a nice 3 or 4 point service run her last trip back there. Definitely what the Spikers could use again. Goes right at Hausman. Good pass from Hausman. Here comes Davis. Nice dig there from Vaserna. Passed up. Going this time out to the slide. Paris a little bit inside for her. She's able to still get it across the net. That's tight on the net. The joust hangs there. Spencer plays it up. Here comes Davis going to swing. Played up by Grazer. And off hands, and Hausman unable to get underneath that one. So good hard swing by Danny, and able to get that one down. So just like that, Vaughn gets another point off service for the Spikers. Now she's going short. Matuka ready for it. Here comes Davis with a big swing. Goes right at Vaserna. Dug up again. Davis been going down that line. Vaserna setting up right on it. There's over on 2 from Spencer, and that's down off of a touch for a kill. That'll bring Hagberg back in, and Caitlin's had a nice run here tonight. Doing well on the block, couple blocks to her credit, 3 or 4 kills to her credit. So spreading the wealth out here has been Spencer. And with Pistolka out, the Cougars have been running more of a 5-1 offense versus a 6-2. So Spencer's not really in the attack mode. She's the primary setter now, and that makes a difference. Your setter or your athletes get the set the same all the time from the same girl. And last 2 nights, Burke's really responded well to that. There's an ace serve coming from Spencer. So Emmy now goes, and it comes over. There's a kick save from Spencer. Not how you draw it up, but it's a play that's in, and that goes out. Spikers looking for a touch. And they saw a touch on the other side. That is a Spiker point. So Sandy on the Burke side saw the touch and made the call. And that's kind of how that's supposed to work. She's the one that does the touch call. The one has to make the out call. Is right there to do that. Paris unable to put that away. Outside to Grazer. She goes high and long. And this time no touch. Lady Cougars are going to bring Annie Conant in to do the serving. And they're going to bring Briley Pastolka's coming in. Give Emmy Spencer a little break in her back row action for a rotation here. So Conant, Briley Pastolka, Emmy Spencer in the back row here for Lady Cougars. We have Davis, Hagberg, and Diekman on the front row. Pushed over. Pastolka able to get that one into the net and couldn't be dug out by the Lady Cougars. Nice job seeing the court there from the young Vanderwerf. And a serve coming there from Spurl. That was just a serve-receiving mistake there from the Lady Cougars. This time, Kyrie steps up, takes it outside to Diekman, and she's into the net. So that set got a little tight to the net. And she caught it with her follow-through, with her torso. Might even have been her toe that caught that net that time. Davis from the outside, able to get a good swing and driven backward, but no other spiker can get underneath it. So Danny able to get a touch on that, but went back towards the back wall. And that puts us at 20-10. Lady Cougars able to get 20, trying to put this one away and secure the 5th straight, I believe, appearance in the Sodak 16. And that would be 8 of the last 9 years of getting to the Sodak 16 since its inaugural season. And that sat on the net, and Hagberg was right there ready to put that one away once she had a little freedom there. The Burke student section definitely agreed with that. They kind of like that. Davis with another tough serve, handled by Vaughn. Outside, Grazer says this game ain't over yet, and she puts one off Matuka. And it was going out of bounds anyway. Point was going Spikers, but they did call a net violation there on the block. Coach Indahl talking to the R2 about something there, and they're checking it out. And we're ready to play. Vanderwerf puts it in play. Hagberg, not a great pass, but rolled over there from Diekman. See what the Spikers can do with it. They go into the double block, and dug from Vanderwerf off the double block, but out of bounds. That's a great block once again over there between Hagberg and Diekman this time. And Gregory brings in Aubrey Opp. Play back row here. Give Danny a little bit of a break. Free ball over off the serve from Hagberg. Now we go Diekman in the middle again. Kept alive by Spencer, but that is a point for the Spikers. So good block back there. Unable to be corralled by the Lady Cougars. 22-12. As Grazer goes back. Reagan's had a nice job at the service line. See if she can keep things going here. And goes just cross court and out that time. And Paige Becker's going to get to come in for Daytona Paris here and play a little middle. And for the Spikers, we have Shauna Stephan coming in. Reagan Grazer getting a little brief rest. And don't forget, we have Avon and Corsica Stickney, who are just, I am looking forward to calling that. It is going to be a wonderful, tight match between two really evenly matched teams. This one got off to a great opening set. Burke able to pull away late and then owned everything since that point. Nice block there from Miller. Over on 2 was Hausman. Aubrey going to push over. Played in by Davis. Beckers goes deep with it. Tight to the net, up high, and Hausman gets a decent swing on that. Dug up by Spurl, and now sent over. We also have Danielle Tamanis in for the Spikers. Looking to take it. She's going to have set here. Miller able to swing on that, and the assist goes to Tamanis. So nice job setting that one up, and she's going to go back and serve here for the Spikers. Burke just 2 points away from that Sodak 16 berth. Outside Hausman. Good swing from Hausman up. And Miller with a, swing there. Can't get that one to fall. And Hitchcock-Tulare takes set number 2 from Warner. They are tied up at 1 apiece. Bennett County about to earn their Sodak 16 second appearance in a row. And on match point, we're going to get a crossover call go against the Gorillas. And that'll do it for tonight. Your Burke Lady Cougars are Region 5B representative going into the Sodak 16. They are currently the 7 seed overall, but that Hitchcock-Tulare and Warner are both above them, and one of those is not going to advance, so that will move Burke at minimum up to the 6th seed after tonight. So we'll see who that falls out that they play. If everything goes as, according to my calculations, goes as chalk, Harried Selby is who Burke would end up playing. But congratulations, the Lady Spikers getting to this qualifier. Last year they made it into the Sodak 16 and had to play number 1 Chester or Warner. It was number 1 Chester last year in the Sodak 16. So fall a little bit short of that this year, but a lot of good seniors, a lot of hard work out there, and we wish them all the best, and we'll see them again in basketball season. They're going to have a fine, fun basketball season. But for now, we're going to take a little break, let you enjoy these messages, get excited to call the Jaguars and Pirates coming up. And again, on behalf of Live Ticket TV, we love this opportunity. We love this gymnasium down here. Thank you, Bone Steel, South Dakota, and South Central School District for opening this up for a neutral site. It's always a great host venue. And we'll be back in about 20 minutes to bring you match number 2 tonight. Lady Cougars on to the Sodak 16.